should get 334, 369, and 408 rabbits. So let's take a look at the program. So I've switched over to Octave. Again, same code will work in Octave as it will in MATLAB. Using Octave because that's what I have on my computer. So I showed you just a few seconds ago the flowchart and how we the groundwork I did for this. So here's what I've actually done. So again, I got some comments saying here's the problem we're solving, here's me again, so I know it's my program, rabbit population, it's what we're calculating. Right? So my initial number of rabbits from the sheet is 150 rabbits. The graded growth is 10%. And I've got 3 time periods, 10 years, 9 years, and 8 years. All right, so I've got my calculation. I have my calculation for 8, 9, and 10 years, putting in the separate variables. And then I'm displaying, right, I'm rounding each of these so that I don't have the fractional rabbits like you saw for my hand calculations. So you'll notice, of course, that for all the variables and for the initial calculations, I have semicolons after them. So that means it'll suppress the outputs. So the only thing that we should see in the command window are my rabbits for 8, 9, and 10 years. Over here in the workspace, you'll find all this stuff will become populated. However, the only thing that's going to be in my command window is the stuff that I don't have the semicolon next to. So let's hit run. And you can see, right, what happened over here. We've got all the things. We've got my initial values, 8, 9, and 10 years, my 10%, my initial number of rabbits. You can see here are the values that, well, probably come pretty close to matching the hand calculations. You can go back and take a look at that. And here are the rounded values, right? 408, 334, 369. Unfortunately, they're in 9, 8, and 10 order. So if we go to the command window, right? Remember what I said we would see in the command window? We see the name of the program that's being run. We see my rabbits at 8 years, my rabbits at 9 years, my rabbits at 10 years. Again, nothing else showed because I suppressed the outputs with semicolons. So there you go. There is the solution for Module 1, problem number 2, again, as done in Octave.